Just a gentle back strengthening here. And release. Bring your left cheek to the mat and your gaze to the right. Your hands are at your sides. Your toes touch and your heels fall apart. Enjoy this moment. Feeling your heartbeat. Return the forehead or chin to the mat. Flip the palms and bring them close to the body. Point both of your toes and fully exhale. On your next inhale, raise the red leg like someone's behind you and pulling your toes. We're not so much looking for height. We're just looking to keep a nice straight leg. You want both of your hips to stay planted onto the mat and release. On your next inhale, we'll do the same on the other side, lifting the left leg, pointing the toes, taking little sips of air, and release. Now, put a bend into both of your knees and bring the soles of your feet together and separate the knees towards the sides of your mat. Keep the forehead on the mat. Place the hands underneath the shoulders, and we're just going to come into a baby cobra from here with the feet as they are. This is a variation of floor bow. With time, you can also get to here, an upward facing one. This really, really opens up the hips nicely. Or you can come back down, and then the actual floor bow is this one, but that'll be for later. So here, baby cobra, and then release. Sorry if I kept you there for a minute. And then bring your feet down to the mat, toes touch, heels fall apart, the right cheek to the mat and the gaze to the left. Staying here for a moment. And then return the hands underneath the shoulders and press up into tabletop. Then we'll go back into child's pose. That should feel really good in your shoulders, in your back. I love coming into child's pose after doing those. Rise into tabletop and come onto your left hip. Swing the legs out in front of you, coming into our seated staff pose. Legs are straight out in front of you, sitting nice and tall, and we'll just bow forward, just a gentle bow. We're not really looking for the forehead to go anywhere. We're just looking to just gently stretch out the hamstrings and releasing. Bring the hands out in front of you. The palms face each other. Inhale to lengthen, and then we're going to come into a little Pilates roll down. So as slowly as you can, begin to roll all the way back. The head landing last, the slower the better. And once you arrive, slowly allow your hands to extend long, pointing the toes for a deep inhale. And as you exhale, let your hands come to your sides. Relax everything. We'll do a couple more stretches, and then we'll end here in Shavasana. Put a bend into the right knee and interlace the fingers over the shin or the thigh. On your inhale, loosen the grip, and as you exhale, bring the right knee into the chest. Using your inhales to soften and your exhales to deepen. If you're very flexible here, you can also bring your right knee towards your right shoulder to deepen the stretch a bit more. And soften the grip. Place the foot back on the mat and then scoot your hips to the right, just an inch. Return the knee and bring your left hand onto the outside of the right knee. The right arm extends long, inhaling to prepare. And as you exhale, come into a twist, taking this as slowly as you would like. Don't push it. If one of your shoulder blades lifts, then loosen up on the twist. And to deepen, you can bring your gaze over to your right hand. And return the knees to center, bringing the right knee up first, and then bringing the left knee up to join. Grab onto both knees, inhaling to soften. And as you exhale, give yourself a nice little hug. A little, Erin loves that when they say that, give yourself a hug. And release. Extend the right leg long this time and interlace the fingers over the shins or the thigh, using your inhales to soften and your exhales to deepen into the stretch. On your next inhale, lower your foot back down and scooch over to the left an inch. Right arm, I guess 2 inches. Right arm to the outside of the left knee. The left arm extends long and begin to twist. The gaze can come over to the left hand, grounding through both of your shoulders. And release. Return the left knee up, the right knee to join, and give yourself one more hug. Let go. Place both of your feet close to your body, as close as you can as we prepare for bridge. The feet are hip distance apart again. The chin is level. The hands are planted onto the mat. You want to make sure that when you come up into bridge, the knees don't part, the knees don't sink in. You actually kind of do want to try and hold them in. And then on your next inhale, begin to lift the hips. You should really feel this on the insides of the thighs. To deepen, you can bring your hands to meet underneath and draw your shoulders back. And release. Bring the soles of your feet together and then allow the knees to fall apart, coming into butterfly. This is a tough one for me with what I have with my left hip. But if you don't have any issues here, you can just gently push onto the legs, just very, very lightly. And then bring the knees back together. Separate the feet this time, walking the feet to the outsides of the mat. And then we'll do that windshield wiper effect, but on this side. I don't think you've done windshield wiper before. This is an upside down one. Kind of loosens up the low back. And then return the knees back and walk the feet together. The last one that I love to do is called waterfall. You extend both of your heels high. You can point, whatever feels good, but just let that blood fall down your legs. It just feels so nice. Really do whatever motion you want here. If it's within your practice, you can always go into happy baby, where you have your arms to the insides of your feet, and then you grab onto the outsides into the arch, and you're kicking up as you're pulling down. This, if you'd have a similar hip thing like I do, Pop, this ligament here, that one, it's pretty tight. It's pretty tight to do that on my left leg. But just depending on where you're at, this might be an option. Or keep your legs nice and high, whatever feels good. And then as slowly as you can, begin to extend the legs long, the right leg going to the right corner and the left to the left corner. Bring your arms to your sides, taking up as much room as you'd like. Closing the eyes for just a minute. I'm so glad you did this video and that I can continue to learn from both of you. This is helping me so much, and I just can't wait to see how my videos progress from here on out. I hope that you feel amazing right now, and I can't wait to get your feedback. Love you. Namaste.
Say namaste, Mom.